So one thing that we have been doing to kind of help prep for our pig is we have been scouring the reduced produce rack at our grocery store. And I have not quite figured out yet when they put it out, if it's like in the morning or specific days or whatever, but I've just been stopping almost every day on my way home and just grabbing kind of whatever they have that I think might work. It's right on the way, so it's perfectly fine. And, you know, we generally need a little something else as well. I'm trying not to make stops just for this, but so right here in this pile, we have 20.885 pounds, and I paid $10.24 for all of it. So the reduced produce at our grocery store is 49 cents a pound, as you can see there, and we're also eating off of this ourselves as well. So a lot of the mandarins we will be using for jam and stuff like that, but that will leave like the peels for the compost and different things like that. And then we're also going to throw some to the pig. I've also been checking our bakery rack for the day old bread, and like this guy is 74 cents. I can cut this into pieces and he can have a piece now and then. I also found 2 giant bags of assorted like artisan rolls. Last night, because I was working a super late shift, I swung by on my way home because we needed some water and some batteries. And so I swung in and they had these 2 huge bags. I got 24 artisan rolls for $3.98. So that was an incredible deal. I came home, ate one with a little bit of jam, and we froze the rest. So we're going to share those with him as well. And like the potatoes, he may get 1 or 2 kind of chopped up, mixed with some other stuff, but those are mostly for us. So this is a great way to not only offset the cost of his feed, but also to help us with our food budget as we are, you know, adding in those additional expenses for his care. Ronnie just got home. He stopped by the grocery store for us. We've been really keeping an eye on their reduced produce and their day old bread to help supplement the pig. And it's making a world of difference for our budget and our ability to have a pig. So we've got 24 assorted dinner rolls here, a huge thing of bagels. So they do them, it's $1.99 for 12. So it was roughly $6 for all of this bread. And then we were almost out of carrots, so he grabbed one of those we can share with the mules. These are our last 2 carrots I had set out for the mules today. So I'm going to separate these down, put them into freezer bags, and we'll get them in the freezer. We're going to share these with him, so they're not just for the pig, but mostly they are. I know I've talked before about how we are able to save a ton on feeding Mr. Pig fresh produce by buying the reduced produce. Ignore the dog. She wants to be involved. And my awful nails. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I stopped by the grocery store today and I ended up with over 22 pounds of produce. I've got apples, a little bit of yellow squash, which I've stuck in the fridge till I'm ready to do something with it. And then I ended up with a thing of 24 dinner rolls as well. So, super excited. I added up the total. I believe it was like $11 for all of this. So, that's the most inexpensive way to do it if you're using the grocery store. Obviously, the cheapest way would be to find an orchard or something like that and get, like, you know, the end of the barrel kind of apples and stuff like that. But this works really well for us because we're able to kind of split it up and use it as we need it. So what I do when I bring it home is I sort it out. So we've only, luckily, out of all these, we've only got 3 that have really bad spots. So we're going to be able to use these tonight and tomorrow, and we don't have to worry with it. If they were a lot like that, either A, I wouldn't pick up the reduced produce because that wouldn't be worth it to me, or if we were in a pinch and we really didn't have any at the house, I could go ahead and pick that up and feed him for like 2 or 3 days off of what that was and freeze the rest so that it's not like actively rotting in my kitchen. Especially in the summer and stuff like that. I don't know that we're going to be able to find apples as much in the summer. I think we're just kind of lucking out because of the time of the year that it is. So I've got 3 like that. This bowl, which is bigger than normal, is just ones that have at least 1 good bruise. So the rest of it may be totally fine. Just 1 good bruise. So, I mean, I'm assuming that's how they ended up on that reduced produce thing. And then there's this one, which was actually the bottom of this basket from last time, which is just a little wrinkly. So we'll go ahead and get him done first as well, so he doesn't sit through 2 rounds. So this is like, we got to use these up, but it's not as urgent, obviously, as these guys. And then these apples, they're perfectly fine. This one has a couple little dings in it. I think it's going to be fine. But the rest of these are like, I mean, I would buy this off of the shelf. Well, I guess maybe not that piece, but the rest of it is perfectly fine. Like, we eat generally from this stack versus this one if we're going to grab an apple, which we do a couple times. Generally, we know, like, okay, this is for Mr. Pig. We need to, like, not eat it. We have our own stuff to eat. But, I mean, from time to time, we'll grab an apple. It's not a big deal. Running out of the door, maybe overslept, grab an apple for lunch. Not a big deal. So this is the one that we would grab out of. Keep these guys for him. Sorry about the puppy. It is snowing. It's her absolute favorite thing to go play in the snow. So once I'm home, it's in and out all day. So, but yeah, that's how we save a fortune on being able to feed him fresh produce, as we use that reduced produce bin. And I think I've mentioned it. If it's repetitive, I'm sorry. Ours is 49 cents a pound. So like getting 20 pounds worth of fresh produce, I paid $10. So that's not bad. I don't mind it at all. And he loves it.